We all love mangoes, don't we? Well, most of us do. But as a type 2 diabetic, is it safe for me to eat mangoes? Will they spike my blood glucose levels? And if they do, then how high will the spike be? There's all kinds of information online these days. While most sources recommend moderate consumption of mangoes, I wanted to try it out myself. So let's find out. These mangoes were brought from India. They're smaller in size and are called Rasalu mangoes. These should be eaten by pinching at the top and slurping the juice out of them. The glycemic index of a mango is between 51 and 56 and is considered to fall under the low to medium category. I'm sure most of you know, but just for the benefit of some people, the glycemic index tells us whether a food raises blood glucose levels quickly, moderately, or slowly. The GI index runs from 0 to 100. Slowly absorbed carbs have a low GI rating, 55 or below. The lower the GI of a certain food, the better it is for anybody, especially for a diabetic person. Although tracking only the GI is not a great idea. If you need more information on glycemic index and how it affects the blood glucose, please let me know and I'll make a separate informative video on that. I'll first eat one on its own and see how my body reacts to the fruit, and on the second day I'll eat another one similar in size with yogurt and check at regular intervals to see if that makes a difference. So let's see how much this mango weighs. So this weighs around 141 grams. By the way, I didn't eat anything since morning. It is nearly 1 o'clock. Let me see how this affects my blood glucose. So this is the mango we got from India the other day, and these are the smaller ones. And these mangoes will not be cut. These kind of mangoes I used to eat when I was young. Really sweet and tasty, just like how it was. It reminds me of my childhood. Oh wow, it's really tasty. It's so sweet and fibrous inside. I don't know if you can see, but so that's how the real mango is. Completely finished. So just after eating the mango, it was 7.2 millimoles per liter. It remained almost the same at 7.3 after 30 minutes, and then it rose to 8.3 an hour after eating the mango. It, however, dropped to 6.8 90 minutes afterwards, and finally at the 2-hour mark, it was 6.4. So today I'm going to eat one of these mangoes with the full-fat yogurt that I bought from the supermarket. Just to show you of a pot, it's about 9.1 grams. So let's see if that makes a difference. So the other one is 134. What I'll do is I'll take 50 grams of yogurt and see if that's enough quantity. If I feel that's too less, then I'll add another 50 to make it 100. I just wanted to show you that. 101, so that's good enough. Pinch it at the top. As you can see, it's coming off already, the juice. This is how it looks. I'm just going to mix it. It's really nice. I like it. Checked my blood glucose just before eating the mango with yogurt, and it was 7.4, and it rose to 8.2 30 minutes after eating the mango and yogurt. It rose a little bit by 0.3 to 8.7 60 minutes before, and at the 90-minute mark it was 6.5, and finally at the 2-hour mark it showed 6.9. This is the comparison between the 2 days in this graph. On the first day, I had a mango around 1 p.m. and here's what happened. My blood glucose started at 7.2 millimoles per liter. It spiked to 8.3 within an hour, then slowly came down to 6.4 over the next hour and a half. What I noticed was that the mango alone gave me a sharp spike, not massive but noticeable. It took a while to come back down. On the second day, I paired the mango with some yogurt, hoping that the fat might slow down the sugar spike. Started at 7.4 millimoles per liter, peaked slightly higher at 8.7, but then it dropped quickly to 6.5 and evened out at around 6.9. What I noticed was that even though the peak was a bit higher, the glucose came down faster with the yogurt, which is quite interesting. I'm pleasantly surprised by the results of this test. I was not expecting my blood glucose levels to be okay, as I always was under the impression that mangoes cannot be eaten by diabetics. So I'm happy that as a type 2 diabetic, I can eat one mango every day without getting my blood glucose levels high. Of course, it depends on how I balance my diet. For example, if I eat rice for lunch and then wanted to have a mango, then it will spike my blood glucose significantly. In that case, I'll have to cut down on the amount of rice before eating that mango. This is how my body reacted to mangoes, and that was a good test, and I'm quite happy with the results. But please remember, each person's body is different and the response would also be different. That's it for now. Hope this helped you in understanding mangoes and diabetes and how we as diabetics can balance them in our diet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.